Please share this video and help spread the word about the plight of those affected by the Los Angeles wildfires. Together we can make a difference. The sun slowly rose over the forest, casting a warm glow over the trees. The morning air was crisp and clean, filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. As the sun's rays filtered through the leaves, the forest came alive. Birds were the first to stir, singing sweet melodies from the treetops. A mother bird flew back to her nest, carrying a juicy worm in her beak. She gently fed her nestlings, who chirped and cheeped with delight. On the forest floor, a doe and her fawn emerged from the underbrush. They grazed on the tender shoots of grass. Nearby, a squirrel scampered up a tree, chattering and squeaking as it searched for nuts and seeds. A rabbit hopped out of its burrow, twitching its whiskers as it sniffed the air. It spotted a particularly succulent patch of clover and began to munch happily. As the morning wore on, the forest grew more lively. A fox darted through the underbrush, its bushy tail bobbing behind it. The sun continued to rise, casting a warm glow over the forest. The animals went about their day, eating, drinking, and enjoying the beauty of the forest. It was a peaceful, idyllic scene. Suddenly, a big cloud of smoke appeared on the horizon. The animals looked up and saw the smoke getting closer and closer. They didn't know what it was, but they knew it was something bad.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't.
The next movement of fire started and it was spreading quickly, burning everything in its path. The wildfire has been raging out of control, fueled by strong winds that are fanning the flames and spreading the fire rapidly. The wind is a major factor in the wildfire's intensity and rapid spread. It acts like a giant bellows, feeding the fire with oxygen and carrying embers far ahead of the flames, igniting new spot fires and creating a dangerous firestorm. The combination of strong winds, dry conditions, and abundant fuel has created a perfect storm for the wildfire to grow and spread uncontrollably. Birds flew out of their nests, leaving their eggs and babies behind. The rabbits ran as fast as they could, their little hearts beating with fear. Some of the animals ran to the river and jumped in. The cool water felt good on their hot fur and skin. They swam and swam, trying to get away from the smoke and flames. The intense heat and rapid advance of the wildfire terrified many animals. Trapped by the flames, some, too small or injured to flee, sought refuge in nests or under bushes, hoping to escape the inferno. The fire raged, consuming everything in its path and leaving a trail of devastation. Acrid smoke choked the air, and many animals suffered injuries. Firefighters battled tirelessly to contain the blaze, but strong winds fueled the flames, making their efforts challenging. The unpredictable nature of the fire made it impossible to anticipate its path, forcing emergency officials to closely monitor the situation and issue evacuation orders for affected areas. Wildfires are inherently dangerous and unpredictable events. Strong winds can rapidly escalate the situation, making containment efforts extremely difficult. Firefighters employed a variety of tactics to combat the flames, including direct attacks with hoses and water cannons, as well as indirect methods such as creating fire breaks and using controlled burns to deprive the fire of fuel. The aftermath of a wildfire left a starkly altered landscape, significantly impacting wildlife. Charred trees stood as grim reminders of the fire's ferocity, while the once vibrant undergrowth was now a barren expanse. Animals that survived the immediate danger faced a precarious existence. Habitat loss displaced animals, forcing them to seek refuge elsewhere. Many offspring, including nestlings, lost their mothers and were left alone and vulnerable, disrupting established social structures and increasing competition for resources. The destruction of vegetation eliminated crucial food sources for herbivores, while the loss of cover made animals more vulnerable to predators. Water sources may have been contaminated, posing further threats to survival. The wildfire's impact on wildlife was multifaceted and had long-lasting consequences for the entire ecosystem. After a wildfire, what we can do? We can help animals by providing them with food and water, creating temporary shelters, and supporting wildlife rescue groups. Leaving out simple food like seeds and fruits, and providing shallow containers of water can help animals find sustenance. Building small shelters like piles of branches can offer safe havens for displaced wildlife. If you encounter an injured animal, contact the nearest wildlife rescue center. Finally, practicing fire safety measures, such as properly extinguishing campfires and avoiding burning activities during dry periods, can help prevent future wildfires and minimize their impact on wildlife.